If the emptiness of space were replaced with breathable air, everything we know about the universe would be transformed in an instant. The vacuum that once kept planets apart would become a vast, invisible ocean of gas stretching between worlds, a medium where sound could travel, fire could burn, and the silence of the cosmos would vanish forever. At first, it would seem miraculous. Astronauts could open their helmets and take a deep breath. The fear of suffocation would disappear. The stars would still shine, but their light would shimmer faintly through the haze of distant air. People might dream of flying from Earth to the moon with wings or airships, drifting between planets on gentle winds. But the physics of such a universe would be catastrophic. Space filled with air means drag, a force that slows down everything in motion. Every orbit, from satellites to planets, would begin to decay. The International Space Station would spiral downward within days, burning in the sky. The moon would gradually fall closer to Earth, pulled by resistance in the dense medium. Over years or centuries, even Earth's path around the sun could shift, drawn inward as it lost momentum to the invisible friction of the air. The atmosphere itself would trap heat. Space would no longer be cold. Instead, it would become warm and turbulent. The solar wind would carry heat and pressure throughout the solar system, creating vast storms between planets. The delicate balance that makes Earth habitable would vanish. The extra air would cause global temperatures to soar. Clouds might form far beyond the stratosphere, and sunlight would scatter, turning the night sky a permanent hazy blue instead of black. Sound would fill the universe. Space, once silent, would become alive with noise. The sun would roar like a furnace. Planetary storms would echo across millions of kilometers. A meteor strike on Mars could be heard faintly on Earth, carried by the new cosmic air. The universe would no longer be a quiet void, but a constant, vibrating ocean of energy and sound. Fire would also behave differently. In a vacuum, flames die instantly. But with air everywhere, even a small spark could spread without end. A rocket launch might ignite massive firestorms that travel through space, feeding on oxygen. The concept of safe orbit would vanish. Any explosion would create waves of burning gas that spread for thousands of kilometers. Still, life would adapt. Seeds, spores, and bacteria could drift between worlds. Earth's ecosystems would begin to mix with those of Mars, Europa, or Titan. Birds might evolve to fly at unimaginable altitudes, and humans could construct floating cities that drift across the solar winds, powered by the very air that connects every world. But the cost of this new universe would be enormous. Without the vacuum, there would be no protection from heat, drag, or fire. The stars would blur, the orbits would decay, and the silence of space, that ancient, sacred stillness, would be gone forever. The universe would still be infinite, but not empty. It would breathe, whisper, and roar. Every gust of cosmic wind would carry echoes of distant worlds. Every breath would be shared across the stars. And in that endless ocean of air, humanity would finally realize that the silence of space was not emptiness. It was balance. And by filling it, we would lose the very stillness that made the cosmos eternal.